Okay, lesson 1.4, absolute value inequalities. We're going to do number 6. Okay, and so this is what it looks like here. And notice these are my absolute value bars, so we need to try to get them alone. We always kind of do our order of operations backwards, so I'm going to add 7 first. Okay, leaves the 2 there for right now. And when I add 7 to negative 15, I get negative 8. And then divide both sides by 2. My absolute value of 6 plus r, whatever it is less than negative 4. Okay, well here's where an issue comes in. An issue comes in because how can the absolute value, which makes the outcome positive, okay, whatever 6 plus r is, it's going to come out as a positive number, okay? How can that positive number be less than 4? Well, that's the problem. It can't, okay? This cannot happen. So therefore, this one ends up being one of our no solutions, okay? So be careful with that. You have to think about the math that you're doing as you're actually doing it, okay? Now, the other thing is, what happens if I didn't see that? What happens if I continued on? Well, let me show you what would happen real quick. I would get 6 plus r is less than negative 4. 6 plus r is greater than positive 4. When I subtract 6 from both sides, I'd get that r is less than negative 10, and r is greater than negative 2. So on my number line, it would look like this: negative 2, negative 10, and let's see, be an open circle. I would get an answer that looks like this, and you guys would be tempted to answer it like that, but look what happens. 0 is an answer that should work. Let's go up here and check the original problem and plug a 0 in for r. Okay, look what happens here. Ends up 2 and then the absolute value of 6 minus 7. So that's 2 times 6 is 12, so I end up with 12 minus 7, which I end up with 5. And the statement says that 5 would then be less than negative 15. Well, that's not true. So obviously, this side of the equation does not work. R cannot be greater than negative 2 because 0 didn't work. Okay, and similarly, if you were to pick a value in this direction, okay, I'm not going to pick one because I don't feel like doing the math at the moment, but if you were to pick one, it's not going to work as well. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. But this is key right here, is that we could stop right here. We don't have to continue, okay, because it's no solution.